My name is Dr. Priyanka Venkatesh, and this is my student Christian Gonzalez, and he will be presenting the Chaconne in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach, after which I will give a short masterclass. And he will just be playing the first part of the Chaconne up until the major section.
Thank
beautiful
you.
job, beautiful job. Well, there's so many things that you do beautifully, and I'd like to start with that because, first of all, I need to say that whenever you play with such commitment, and
Thank you.
you are committed to the music. You don't seem to lose concentration ever, and the Chaconne really requires that. And so you are the perfect performer of this piece. Also, you have this beautiful tone from the first note. My attention is captured. So, and you keep that beautiful tone throughout. So beautiful. One thing I'd like to ask you is, what is the Chaconne? What is it? It's in part of the partitas and sonatas. So can you tell me what it is? A little bit of the history.
I guess it's like a dance kind of.
It's a dance.
I mean, it's like the Chopin kind of meter with like the emphasis on the second beat kind of. Yeah.
But the key word is dance, right? It's a dance. Now, we all know that Bach can have so many interpretations. No one interpretation is correct, no one interpretation is wrong, but we have to be committed to our interpretation, and we have to convince others, right? So, like I said, you are a committed player, but I feel like if you think of it as a dance, it can be even more convincing. So, when I say dance, another key word that pops up is there needs to be a sort of viscerality to it, right? And when you think of the word viscerality, what comes to mind? Visceral.
It's like energy or like outgoing.
Yeah. Or it's like body. It's in the body, right? Music needs to be embodied. Now, this is my interpretation. There are many players who play it in the Chaconne in a more abstract way, with a kind of more with strong vibrato in a more romantic way, and it's all kind of in a similar tone. But I see the Chaconne played with an embodied viscerality. So what do I mean by that? So first I'll just show you a little bit of you can feel the dance meter. Sorry for my squeaky E string, but you can feel that there's a sort of embodiment in it. When you play it, I think you have an idea, but it's kind of just different from mine. You feel it a little bit. Is that kind of what you're feeling? You see it as more stretched out, and that's also a style as well. But I'm feeling that there should be a sort of, just as we are embodied people, when we dance, there's a sort of release. There's a tension and then the release. Tension and then the release. So there's tension in the sort of the first and second beats, and then there's a release in the third. So first beat is silent, 1, and then you let go of the bow speed, right? And the pressure. Bow speed and pressure slows down at that third beat, and it creates this sort of tension, release. And then you can add a little more vibrato. 2 voices now. So tension and release is built throughout the entire chaconne in small areas and larger. So you can see there's tension. Even in the first beat, there's a dissonance, right? And then release, consonants. So can you bring that out? And can you bring out, so there are these 4 voices and then more of a release in the 2 voices. Right? So you want to kind of, and then there's also, there are 4 bars, right? And then another 4 bars. The first 4 bars are open, right? The last 4 bars are closed. So again, there's that tension and then that final release. So can you, now this, maybe when you go home you won't say, this is not how I interpret it. But maybe can you try this as a more of a dance? So 1, 2, release. 1, tension, release. It's a drama, right? When we think of Bach and sometimes Mozart, we think it needs to be crystal clear, beautiful tone. I think a lot of research would also prove, and then I also think that it's not like that. There's a lot of angst, and it doesn't have to be always pretty and perfect, right? There's a lot of, especially the double dotting. Like I really like that. So, and yes, you don't, no need for vibrato, and then until maybe the ends of the phrases, and that adds a little more passion. Lots of bow speed. Yeah, can you try that? Yeah. Don't lose that angst, right? Because you kind of slow down here. Don't lose that, right? Okay, so notice here the appoggiatura. So we notice here the appoggiatura. So tension. Can you bring that then? Release. So even more quickness on the dotted. Double dotting, dum, da da dum, da dum. Even though it's more plastic, right? No, it's more peaceful. So, right? A little bit more energy. Again, that appoggiatura, right? Da, da. So hold it. So with the attention, release. Don't lose the energy here. Lots of bow speed. Can I hear the bass line? So another important thing is that we want to hear that bass line, right? La. So the chaconne is based off of this bass line, right? So all kinds of variation, right? So we have to always hear that, and it's kind of, again, another kind of just sighing, tension, release. So we want to hear that when we, so and then bass line. So play with the bow speed, really lots of colors, right? But don't lose the speed. Something's growing. Again, play with the bow string. Play with the color. I think sometimes it's too much of the same, and it can get a little bit. No. Don't slow down. So you have to be really mindful. So you can slow down, but you can't be in random places, right?
Yeah.
It didn't quite make sense. I just felt like it was. So we'll starting at the top. Yeah. These colors that you're creating is very beautiful, very beautiful. But what can even make the color creation more simple is just or just more fluid, I think, is with your bow arm and your bow hand. If you get you probably remember doing some colle exercises, right?
Yeah.
So even a little bit more flexibility in the fingers would really get you to be able to move around the strings very fluidly, and do the string crossings really in a much more fluid manner, and then you can create colors in a more agile way. So just like we're in the area we stopped, so can you just it's kind of a wrist motion. Pulling at the base. So you should feel like a sort of springiness, but go slow. So don't lose connection. Right now I'm not exaggerating, but now, don't lift it off, so really try to connect it like honey. help a lot too. Are you aware of the thumb? Or sometimes if you just forget about it, it can really help with the agility across the strings. So. More time? The thumb. Does that help with the thumb? Yeah, one more time? Yeah, so the thumb, feeling the agility of our wrist or fingers can help with these sorts of string crossings. So yeah, can we start again? So from there, down. So yeah, that note. No, really did. So here we can play a lot more of the dynamics. And so where do we stop? So loud. So you can go slow. So starting, it's a little bit louder here, but I feel like this section can go. Right there. So from, let's start at 65. So this section is a little bit more triumphant, and then with all the really fast 30-second notes, you can get a little bit more, like a little bit softer. Some certain notes need to be brought out, right? Because there's no accompaniment of you're the whole thing, right? One more time. Beautiful. Okay, good. So I wouldn't stop to slow down too much because there's so much momentum built up and then suddenly just stop it. You have to just gradually kind of pull it back, right? So. So just don't go. No, that could work too, but it needs to resonate. So like you don't want to kill the sound, right? You killed it a little bit, but yeah. One more time. fine? Bow speed, play with the bow speed. Something new. Even deeper. Even deeper more. Now it's more voices, right? Pull all the way to the tip. All the way to the tip. Beautiful, Christian. Yeah. So
Thank
this,
you.
this ending part, yeah, you're starting to get the changes in tension, the release, and how that can be achieved is through bow speed, varying the bow speed, varying the tension and varying the pressure of the bow, varying where you play near the bridge or near the fingerboard. So, like we said, I would say the main point is I would think of it as a dance, right? So it's more embodied rather than kind of an abstract thing with lots of vibrato and too much heaviness. I like the lightness of the dance and the viscerality of it. So with that, there can be a lot more drama. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean sounding. I hope when you go home you'll take that with you and then make it your own, and find your style in what I've had to tell you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.